Hello?
Okay, great.
Is this the right, can you hear me the right way? Okay. All right, I'm nervous. I just thought of this story 1 second ago when I heard the topic. So, here it goes. The At Last. So, it's kind of a longitudinal story, so bear with me. College, I think sophomore year of college, I had this great girlfriend, this fantastic girlfriend, way out of my league girlfriend. She went on to, do great stuff and way out of my league. Beautiful, witty, super smart. I was, anything that she wanted to do, I wanted to do that too. If she wanted to go out to some, place for dinner, I was like, yeah, of course I want to go there. Let's go. Whatever you want to do, let's go. You want to run? I'm into running. I hate running, but I'll do it. And she told me she was going to study abroad the next year. That's kind of a big deal, but I was like, yeah, God, studying abroad, that is a smart thing to do. I'll do that too. And so I happened to be taking French, so I was like, I found a program in Paris. And I said, next year I'm gonna study in Paris. And she was in the south of France. I was in Paris. That's okay. Still close. And it got to be pretty close to the time when we were gonna go. And she said, we're gonna be kind of separate parts of the country. I think maybe we should see other people during this time. I said, okay, that's fine. Actually, I had a fantastic time in Paris. And I wasn't really thinking about seeing other people, but I did meet somebody named Aurélie, and we kind of hit it off. And then I met somebody named Elizabeth, and we kind of hit it off. And then my French teacher, Begonia, we kind of hit it off. And I kind of had a fun year. It was pretty fun. I have to admit. And at the same time, I think part of the reason why I was kind of meeting Elizabeth and Aurélie and Begonia was also I made a friend. I was in this band. It was sort of the grunge era. That's how old I am. And we played, we had certain idols, and one of them was Sonic Youth, but there was others, and we were sort of an anomaly there in Paris, I think, with sort of grungy, dirty hair and bad sounding rock and roll music, and so it worked a little bit in terms of meeting people and girls and stuff, and I had a great time. It was a great time, and towards the end of the year. Very close to the end of the year, really pretty much the end of the year, I was with Karima, and we were on a date, and I got a telephone call, and it was my sister, and it was really bad news. It was my mother had this massive stroke, and I needed to go home. So a couple days later I went home, and my mother was unconscious in a hospital, with tubes and stuff. And she sort of slowly, very, very, very slowly got better. Not real better, real fast. And the next year, finished off my year at college, and made trips up there and saw her. My sister dealt with a lot of stuff, and it was definitely like growing up fast time, you don't have to be all quiet. And I was back with my girlfriend too, the wonderful girlfriend who was way out of my league, and we. Things were a little different, but she was still nice, and we had a good time, and that kind of thing. After my senior year, I decided to move back up to Connecticut, where my mom, so I could be kind of close to my mom. It was wasn't where I had grown up, and I didn't really want to be there. It wasn't like I had a lot of friends around there, but I definitely wanted to be close to my mom, and so I could visit her and stuff. And I was working this job, Fairfield, Connecticut, which is really a uplifting place. Fairfield, Connecticut. I don't know if you've been there, but it was sort of a little bit of a grim time. But I was working this job in like a proto.com type company making CD-ROMs, and I was just like in front of a computer. It was just a sort of corporate job that I didn't really envision myself being in, but I was just in, and I was sort of like doing what I had to do, I think, at that time in my life. And but I was excited because Sonic Youth was going to play the spring fling of my college, and this was something that I was looking forward to for a long time, and I was like so psyched about it. And it was just, I was visiting my mom in the nursing home, and going to work, driving an hour a day to this like horrendous, fluorescent lit job, just thinking about this Sonic Youth concert. And seeing my girlfriend, of course, because she was still at school. And so the time came, and I took Friday off. I drove down to Philadelphia and saw my girlfriend. And so she dumped me. And then I figured out that Sonic Youth was actually playing on Monday instead of Sunday, and so I couldn't go to this concert. So I drove back. I was not, and then I went into work on Monday, and my friend that worked there was like, "Dude, you didn't know? Everybody got laid off on Friday afternoon. You don't have to be here." And I was like, holy shit, this is a sign. And so so I decided I didn't have to be in Connecticut anymore. And I went out to San Francisco and moved out there pretty much eventually, and sort of started a whole new life for myself, where I got into other things and met my current wife, who's fantastic. And I have a ticket in my wallet right now to go see Thurston Moore from Sonic Youth at the Grey Eagle in about 45 minutes. At last!